In this video, I will share 3 different strategies, techniques to transform your charisma and in general improve it, leading you to actually scale your coaching business, because charisma is a huge part of scaling your coaching business. So let me just quickly explain. So I am a charisma coach and I help online coaches scale their businesses by teaching them charisma, and I've seen these techniques work wonders. So by the end of this video, you will be able to have 3 actionable techniques to boost your charisma and actually scale your coaching business, eventually leading you to scale automatically. And I'll begin now. Point number 1 is body language. I'll just be quick with this. Body language is so essential, and me personally, I have made quite a big mistake earlier with body language. First off, I would almost never use my hands to communicate with. Now it's just naturally a part of me, like I'm possessed or something. But back then it was a thing I had to force out, and when I forced it out, it was like I was attacking the other person, right? I had my palms away from them, so I was like about to fight them, and I was really aggressive with my body language, you could say, which is not a good thing. And that was my mistake that I want you to avoid right now. But now I'll quickly go over the 80-20, the most important parts of body language. So you need to keep your hands between your eyes and your belly, because some clever scientists have said that if you have your hands above or under, the other person will start to feel uncomfortable. So just keep them in here. It's a really simple rule to follow, and if you just say to yourself, you're not going to do it. Like I don't do it, or at least I don't think that I have my hands up here. It's just nice to have them down here, I guess. And then there's a really important part of body language. Think of it as a theater, right? So your hands are literally playing a whole movie, playing a whole scene, right? If you have seen my hands so far, they have always kind of supported my words in a way. If I was climbing up a ladder, that was what I did. If I was sawing a tree, that was what I did, right? If I was fighting with a sword, that was what I did. Because by doing this, you let your hands do all the work, support your words, and you let the client, the lead, whoever you want to attract, you lead them to just fantasize about whatever you're doing, right? You can clearly see when somebody is climbing up a ladder. If I do this, you can already now kind of see what I'm trying to explain, right? So this just gives so much more clarity, which will be extremely good for them understanding what you truly want to mean. This is good for selling. This is good for your current clients to understand what you actually mean. It's good for people wanting to buy from you, but they don't understand what you're trying to say, and then you're climbing or you're paying, right? You literally say that you need to press pay, and then they'll be like, I need to pay, right? Compared to just saying that you need to pay. It's a big difference to just sub-communicate and to just support your words with your hands, and it comes very naturally. So be excited for that and try to practice it already now. Last part is to show your palms and to not show your palms. There's a big difference, right? So in the start of the video, I showed my palms because I wanted to prove that I'm innocent. If I were to start arguing with you, if I were to start saying how you're wrong about this, right? Then I would, instead of doing this and saying you are wrong, then I would say you are wrong, and I would face them like this, because now it's like I'm about to fight, or it kind of symbolizes authority and power and mysteriousness with doing this, because you can't see what I'm about to do now. Compared to this, which is literally just hands up, right? Because this is a innocent sign. It says that you don't have anything to harm the other person with, which is why you should always start your videos off, your coaching calls, your sales calls, by showing your palm, because that will have so many benefits for you. You understand why, right? Let's say you're on a sales call and you started off doing this and you started explaining like this, and the other person feels really uncomfortable. In the end, they won't buy a product, right? Compared to this, right? You literally just sold the client or did not sell the client just by your palms. So that is the importance that I'm trying to bring. My name is Alex, and like I said earlier, I am a charisma coach helping other online coaches scale their businesses. So if you need help, please reach out to me on Instagram or just DM me somewhere which is not YouTube, because they filter out messages or something like that. Message me or book a call down below and I will help you and we will scale your business together and it will be awesome. And of course, follow for more tailored advice for online coaches. This is my channel, my main channel. I also post on other social medias where I also give advice to online coaches. So this is the forum you need to be on if you need genuine advice from someone who has the advice given to you about charisma and online coaching. A huge mistake I made was the way that my words came out of my mouth, right? Oh, by the way, I made a body language there as well, right? I just symbolized the words coming out. Just a quick reminder. But my words literally came out of my mouth earlier, like some years ago, and that was a huge mistake I made, because when I let my words come out, I talked in this very boring and monotone voice, which was just me talking in this baseline volume, where it was just the same and the same and the same. And the problem with this is that the other person's brain has these dopamine receptors and constantly searches stimulants, and if you're predictable, it will stop looking for your stimulants because you're not stimulating it anymore. You're now predictable, so it will look places all around you, and therefore you will not be able to be focused. They will not be able to be focused on you because they are now looking for other stimulants. And this leads to point number 2, which is voice modulation, and that is to vary with your speech. You need to vary with your speech and think of it as a sound clip where you can see the voice going up and down and up and down. That is how you want it to be, but most voices are just the same and the same and the same. Have you realized that I talk very differently? Sometimes I talk very fast, sometimes I talk very slowly, sometimes I talk in a high pitch and in a deep voice. I have a very variant speech, which is truly important because you are now hooked onto my speech and you're not searching for stimulants everywhere else, compared to if I was to speak in the same voice for this entire video, and then you would actually get pretty bored pretty fast. So please don't get bored. I'll go back to speaking normal. It's truly important because you have to almost play with your voice, play it like a symphony. You have to vary with it. That is so crucial if you want the other person to actually listen to and to actually focus. And this is great if you want to make YouTube videos, marketing, if you want people to actually listen to you on sales call, if you want your clients to listen to you and get them better results. Overall, your coaching business needs to have a varying voice, or else you're never going to get this to work out. You need to keep the other person's brain stimulated by varying with your voice. Because just imagine the difference between this boring coach down here. I have these two people, right? I have the boring coach and I have the charismatic coach. And the boring coach, he just speaks in this monotone voice and gets no results. Nobody wants to listen to him. Compared to the guy that actually listens, right? You listen to this guy over here because he varies with his voice and he actually is interesting to listen to. This is where you want to be. You want to go from talking in this monotone voice to talking in this symphonious voice over here. You need to talk in symphony and not in a monotone voice. Last one, point 3, actually pretty surprising. It's the first time that I'm going to mention it on this channel, and it's simply just diaphragmatic breathing, which is breathing through your belly. I don't know if you can see my belly right now, but I'm breathing through my belly. That is why I speak like I speak. This guy down here, the boring coach, he speaks with his chest. This guy up here speaks with his stomach. Speak with his belly. And this is belly breathing, or should I say diaphragmatic breathing. So there are actually some organs down here that are getting compressed down right now for your vocal cords, and that is really not a good place to be because you can't let your voice go out fully then. And that is because you are now breathing from here, but you're actually getting your air from all the way down at the bottom. So you're getting your air down here at your belly, which is right here, and you're getting it through here, but it's all compressed, so you won't actually get that much energy into your vocals, which are the ones that are down here. You get your vocals from all the way down there, but if they're compressed, if you aren't breathing from down there, then it's a whole different thing, because you will not be able to speak from down there. If you're speaking from your throat right now, like directly, of course you're speaking with it all the time. You can't feel yourself talking from your belly or from your chest, then you are doing something wrong. And I highly advise to do this diaphragmatic breathing. You should always do diaphragmatic breathing, even if that means that you can't be showing your abs because this is at least the constraint for me. I was like, okay, but if I start breathing with my stomach, my abs will disappear every 2 seconds, and that won't be good for the summer, right? You always see the jack guys breathing through their chest and their shoulders, so they look extra big. You have to think logically right now, and you have to breathe from your belly breathe. Action steps for this video is you need to practice open body language for your next session. So let's say your next session is a first impression. Have your palms out. Always have your palms out at the first impression here, and just have your palms out and welcome them like this, instead of it being like, let's get to business, right? You have to be open and really happy, because the energy that you get out is what you're going to receive. And then there's to experience with this voice modulation. You can either look at my speech in general and try to copy that. Just try this and just try to put your energy into it. Try to vary with your speech and just talk a little bit with yourself. Maybe record yourself talking as well. And last but not least, try 5 minutes of this belly breathing, this diaphragmatic breathing, because this will have such huge benefits if you just take it serious. I mean, what worked for me was just to focus on belly breathing. Just hold one hand on your chest and one on your belly like this, and just breathe for 5 minutes through your belly. It will actually be very hard in the start because you've been compressed for your whole life, right? So expect this to at least take 1 to 2 weeks where you kind of daily practice it, because it is pretty hard. If you like grind for 3 hours now and just do it, of course, yeah, you're going to let it loose. But it took me like 2 weeks to get through it, and now I just easily, right? I still have some hindrance, right? I can't get it fully out. You have to start a place, and that is right now. So do 5 minutes of that, and that is the last action step. That was it. That was the 3 charismatic techniques, strategies that will help your online coaching business. You will actually scale it if you implement this correctly. And if you need any help with implementing it, please DM me, book a call down below. I will help you scale your business, and it will be so awesome, bro. Thank you very much for watching this video again. So awesome to see you. Have a really nice day.